Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, I mean, woke is sort of the idea that this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral. I mean, woke is something that's very hard to define, and we've spent an entire chapter defining it. It is sort of the understanding that we need to totally reimagine and redo society in order to create hierarchies of oppression. Sorry, it's hard to explain in a 15-second soundbite.
Yeah, look, your time.
None of these people can explain woke culture. And the reason why people can't explain woke culture is because the agendas are constantly changing every single day. When people start talking like they're woke, all they did was attach on to an agenda that's already been going, which makes them even more sleep. In order for you to be woke, this is why you have to be a Sigma male. In order for you to be woke, you can't be attached to no agendas. You have to be able to sit outside. Being woke is seeing what everyone else is hypnotized to. That's what's being woke. When you can see these people think like this, these people think like this, these people think like this, you hold no emotion to it. All you're doing is seeing what each person's belief system is, and you're adapting to it. That's what woke is. Woke don't necessarily mean, oh, I know what's going on, and I'm going to try to warn people. People think you know stuff and you're trying to warn people is being woke. That's just like when people first learn the red pill, they go running around trying to teach it like it's something new. And it's like, hey, this isn't nothing new. This is stuff that you should have known at the beginning that you wasn't taught. Being woke is not trying to pass an agenda on to someone. It's actually sitting outside watching everyone else make themselves tired, sad, depressed, arguing, fighting, debating over shit that they can't control. That's what woke is when you can see one side manipulating the other side for their own personal gain. The Matrix doesn't make rules for anybody to win but itself. Once you understand that concept of thinking, that's what it's like to be woke. It's when you're not getting emotionally attached to words or emotionally attached to a belief system, and you're playing the game of life. Most people that's talking about, I'm woke and I'm this, you're actually kind of botted up. The more you say you're woke, the more of a bot you are. Because you yourself have fell into a belief system that you don't agree with other people. You're willing to argue about it. You're willing to fight about it. You're willing to get out of mood about it. That ain't being woke. That's sleeping if you ask me. Being woke is where none of this shit affects you. Nobody agenda, liberals, conservative, black, white, gangs, this, nothing affects you. That's what's being woke, is when you realize that somebody is always trying to manipulate somebody one way or another. That's woke. Woke ain't, we come from Africa and we're original people and they trying to slow us down. That ain't fucking woke. The moment you stop and you're willing to debate people about life, you're willing to fight for it, and if anybody don't say shit you like and don't nobody agree with what you're doing, they're automatically the enemy, you're sleeping. That's not woke, where you think everything you think is true, and if anybody disagree with it, then they're bad. That's not woke. You're actually the one that's asleep, and you're actually the one that's manipulated. A woke person would never try to convince you of an agenda. A woke person sits outside the agendas and we look into what's going on. That's why I like being a Sigma male. It's because that's what we do. We look at life. We do less talking and we let our eyes listen when we're out there. We can blend in with people, not say a word, but we're just there to study them, get what we can get from them and go off to the next thing. We're in it for the experiences. When you're living life for the experiences of life, that's what being woke is. Woke is not you developing a belief system that you think you know more about and that this is the right way to live. That's not woke. You're actually sleeping. It just means your bored ass done took on somebody else's ideology because you didn't have a belief system of your own, and now you're walking outside saying, hey, this is the shit right here, or this is true and that's not true, and this is true and that's not true. That's not woke when you're debating people about life. This is why Sigmas, we don't do panels. We're not finna argue back and forth with people. Why? I'm more open-minded to watch two other people argue so I can see two sides. I don't feel like shaking up my moves to prove to you what. That's why when I tell y'all Sigma Nation, we represent Sigma males. What are Sigma males? Introverted alpha males that focus on chasing dreams and self-improvement. That's it. That's what I represent. I represent the man that do that. All right? Outside of that, I don't need to tell you, oh, we wear these type clothes. We listen to these type music. Our shoe size is this. My pant size is this if you're Sigma. Sigma drives these type of cars. Sigmas do this. We brush our teeth this way. No, fuck that. That's all preference. We don't overanalyze life over here. You're not supposed to. When you start overanalyzing life, that's what woke people do. You analyze in life, and then you place so many scenarios there to just back up your belief system. You become encaved inside of a bottle of knowledge that you're comfortable with, but you're uncomfortable when people disagree with it. That's what we have. We have a whole bunch of people that's claiming woke, but they broke. They woke, but they're a joke. Anybody claiming they woke, I'm sorry. They're the ones that's sleeping the most. I'm going to tell you that right now. In order for you to be woke, you got to be woke and see the game of life. You have to be playing the game of life. What's happening here where I'm at in Pittsburgh, it's not happening in Miami. It's not happening in LA. It's not happening in Europe. Most of the stuff that we talk about online is just online shit for people sitting at home because they're fucking bored. A lot of people that's living a life, they don't know nothing about woke culture. So understand, people talking about they woke are typically the ones that's sleeping the most. Because when you're woke, then you're open to everything. You see the game of life. You see the different agendas. You see the different personalities, the different people, how they respond to things. And then that's being woke, is when you're open-minded to adjust. Too many woke people, they got something to prove. What are you trying to prove? You're trying to prove your belief system that other people don't see. Why? Because they're looking at life through a different lens. Being woke is being able to see both sides of a situation. Why those both sides think the way they think. Woke is not, hey, he sounds like he's right. I'm going to follow him today. Oh, she sounds like she's right. I'm going to follow them today. No, that makes more sense. I'm going to follow that. That's what people consider woke, is when they're fucking dumb looking for a new personality and they're like, hey, I met someone that showed me something about life I never looked at before. They're woke. I'm going to follow what they say. That's what we have here online. That's why you got to enjoy Sigma Nation. We're going to point the shit out. See, we're not empty vessels sitting inside of a room waiting to pick up a different personality every time the personality we picked up says something that we disagree with. That's what bots are doing. Bots are in their room just like this, I have this personality today. Oh, I disagree. I'm going to cut that personality off. Let me find another one. Everybody's jumping from different personalities to different personalities. And when you jump inside of these personalities, now you're woke to that. That's what woke is. A whole bunch of people with no personality leeching on to other people's belief system. This is how cults are formed. All right. This is how Jim Jones convinced 900 people to take themselves out. He found a whole bunch of weak people that didn't know what the hell they was doing in life. They were empty vessels, and they just needed a personality to attach to. This is how Andrew Tate became so famous. It's because you have so many bots online whose bodies are inside of empty vessels, their bedroom, their cars, whatever it is that got them looking at their phone all day, they're stuck there. And now they're looking for different personality to join. And when they see a personality that they like, that they attract to, they take on that belief system. And the moment they take on that belief system, they become that person. But the moment they come across someone that disagrees with their new belief system, they hate that person. This is what causes people to subscribe and unsubscribe from the channel. A lot of you that are watching me right now, you're dedicated until I say something that you disagree. And then I would be the worst person in the world. Big shout outs to Regular Dude. Regular Dude comes through. He says, as soon as you pick a side, you lose because of segregation. He is right. Together you stand, divided you fall. Woke people divide themselves. Uncle Drew, what? Okay, let's get to this one. OnlyFans model says she turns down $20,000 offers to make $20 a month smashing her boyfriend.
I've had people literally offer like 10 racks, 20 racks, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it because money don't make me move certain ways. You feel me?
But
I don't
why
wanna
are you
do
doing
anything.
OnlyFans then? Why are you on OnlyFans if money doesn't make you move?
I'm
some
my
way?
boyfriend on
But
OnlyFans,
you
so it's
still
not
are
like I'm
exposing that to the public. It doesn't make it
Yeah.
sacred anymore.
morality is subjective, but at the same time, if I'm my boyfriend on OnlyFans and I'm already seeing that amount of money, why disrespect my boyfriend and go somebody for 20 racks when I
Well,
can bring
that's
that
different.
in?
Money doesn't make you move some type of way. Then why are you putting like you and your boyfriend's sex online for money?
Because I'm not gonna.
Hey, we gotta admit, she's right. You see, I'm thinking she's talking about she not gonna go on OnlyFans, but if you and your boyfriend are having sex online for money, yes, you're still selling your soul. Just because you're not going to another man and doing it doesn't mean you're not selling your soul. You're still selling your soul to the audience. You're still doing moralistic things in front of an audience for money. But she's like, oh, morality is subjective. No, morality is morality. We already know the end game that comes with this. It's just Generation Z is a porn hub generation. This generation only knows sex. Women only know to use sex. You be with the average girl now, she'll fucking swallow your dick and balls at the same time. They're doing everything that you want to do on the first night. Like I just told you, girls were getting banged out on Miami Beach and in the back of clubs and in the back of dumpsters. Like when I tell you women are hot and horny now, women are hot and horny now. So to them, expressing themselves sexually doesn't have moral compass to it anymore. It's like anything goes. Their morality is, hey, me and my boyfriend are doing OnlyFans. I'm showing you my whole body. We're showing you our sexual techniques, but I'm not doing it with another guy. So that means that I'm a good woman. No, it means you're still a tramp. Let's get to it.
Somebody for 20,000 when it's not worth it to me.
Wait. You wouldn't someone else for 20,000, right? Wait. How much do you sell access to your OnlyFans for people to watch you your boyfriend?
So let's just say that I make close to almost 7 figures a year.
I'm not asking you that. I'm like asking.
My
like,
OnlyFans is $20 a month.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's letting people watch him you for $20 per subscription. But if someone is offering you for like 5 minutes of your time for not everyone else in the world to see it, and it's 20 bands.
But let me finish. The $20 adds up and nobody else have access to me. So I'm doing everything from the comfort of my bedroom where I don't have to worry about multiple people.
What if your boyfriend's also rich? Like,
I mean, he's probably rich off her
know, like,
OnlyFans.
He doesn't take percentages
What I
from
think-
me.
Okay, so then if he's wealthy
Big shout outs to Rodney Scotts with the $3.99. Really appreciate it. Okay, this woman is not making any sense. And I like how they're checking her on this, but you have to understand, this is what they think is smart. This sounds like the dumbest conversation in the world amongst thoughts. Thoughts have these type of just delusional, disrespectful, just degrading conversations amongst each other, but they debate it as if this is a smart conversation. No, period. You're selling your soul. The moment you're coming on camera to have sex, you are selling your soul. Everybody sees how popular Pornhub is. Everybody see how sexually liberated women are. But guess what? Men are still paying for the shit. You still want to see it. As much as guys are saying, oh, women are 304s, there it is. There's a whole nother flock of men out there that outnumber Red Pill. That's like, we love it. We're going to spend $20 a month to watch her get her cheeks clapped. We're going to spend that amount. Women see this. The world, I feel like the Matrix has programmed men to be sexual addicts to give up all their money trying to get close to pussy. That's what it seems like the Matrix has done. Programmed men to literally make money to pay for pussy. Make money to pay for pussy. And it seems like the women know this. The new generation Z women, they know how weak the men are, and they're taking advantage of it. Let's get back to it.
enough, why is he allowing you to do this?
I'm sexually liberated, so I don't feel like my sex life, it's my body, whatever. I can
But
do what I
she's
want
saying
with it.
I would never be with somebody who would let me have OnlyFans.
I think that peers from insecurity, him being territorial.
Why do women think? See, this is what's stupid. Women think when a man gets upset that he doesn't want you to be sexually liberated, that's part of his insecurity. And the sad part about it is we have so many guys out here that are going along with that debate. That's the sad part. It is not insecure for a man to want a decent woman to be looked at as a decent man while he's with his woman. No man wants to go and watch his girl get ran through, but girls are like, oh, he's insecure if he doesn't put up with it. Guys, we got to start waking up here. Because a lot of these dudes, the problem that you're having is you're just going towards the wrong type of woman. We can't say all women are doing this because all women ain't. Is a lot doing it? Yes, it is a lot doing it. But guys have to be smarter. Treat a 304 like a 304. Guys are treating 304 like diamonds, and then you're treating diamonds like fucking 304, and the whole game is being flipped upside down. All right, let's get to the next video here. We got, all right, them walls must be getting tired. Woman gets asked, how many rounds should a guy be in bed? And this is her response. I'll tell you, B-dubs, all this content is mainly B-dubs. Let's get to it.
How many rounds should a guy be able to go?
At minimum, 6 to 8.
6 to 8?
Six. Bruh. But it depends.
Like in one setting?
It depends on, it could be breaks. It could be breaks.
Like how long of a
Not
break?
like within the, it can be breaks within the time. It don't have to necessarily be back to back, but the first 2 to 3 rounds can be back to back. That's normal, but the other few can be spaced out.
That's normal? How many rounds?
First of all, guys, that's not normal. Second of all, big shout outs to Bam Bam. He did say the blonde hairs. He's absolutely right. The blonde hair women, we tell you guys to stay away from it. But B-dubs, one of the reasons why I never dated B-dubs like that is because I always felt they had a breeder mindset. Breeder shit. When it comes to natural orgasms and sex, you have to have the woman infatuated with you before sex in order to give her an orgasm. If a woman has to go 6 rounds to be pleased, I'm sorry to tell you this, but her walls are done. You don't even need to be with a girl that's bragging about that. Just go to the booty. Go straight to anal. Don't even try to stick it in there. Her walls are gone. And if any woman proudly talks about this, I'm sorry, but she's for the streets. You shouldn't have a girlfriend that talks like this, as well as be around women who are like this. Only if you're going through that, we finna call up some chicks. If we calling up chicks to clap cheeks, okay, she can have these conversations in the living room with her friends where everybody's sitting around smoking and being a little loose. But when it's time to clap cheeks, it's like, let's clap cheeks, and then you can go back and talk about it. Your girlfriend is not supposed to be talking like this. The woman that you value is not supposed to be talking like this. This is thought bots. This is side chick. This is, let's call up some girls, spend a couple $100, get the dick blown. You know what I'm saying? That's what these type of girls are. So whenever she starts talking 6 to 8 rounds, okay, she is for the streets. But she also is matching my theory. I always felt like B-dubs were breeders. I felt like they have the most sex. They have sex all the time. They're constantly thinking about sex, but never thinking about a relationship, never thinking about building, never thinking about making power moves. Everybody is always thinking sex, 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 sex. Once the sex dies out, now you have relationship problems. Why? Because everyone is seeking sexual partners. They're not seeking to build anything. They're seeking just fun. And that's why a lot of relationships are ruined. It's because women are just pretty much made themselves sexual creatures. Like, that's it. You made yourself That's what men only look at you as now, because that's the only thing that you're portraying. That's the only thing they see on Instagram. That's the only thing they see on YouTube is women boobs. It's like women are entertaining themselves for the weirdos, but you want the real men to turn around and treat you a certain way. That's the part that's been flip-flopped. Y'all wanted a feminist world, you have a feminist world. And in a feminine world, everyone lives off their emotions. So as long as women are getting attention, then they are emotionally fulfilled. They don't care about the morality, because there's another girl out there that's doing the same thing that she could say, oh, all 15 of those girls are doing it. Go say something to them. That's why they keep doing it. You can't single them out. Like if you could tell a woman like, hey, it's not cool to go sleep with 20 dudes. And she says, well, all 70 of these girls have slept with more guys than me. She doesn't feel like she's doing anything bad. And that's what's happened in society. The 304s, whores, are outnumbering the good women. So you're not going to be able to wake them up as long as they're outnumbered by girls who are doing it. That's the problem that we're having here. Women don't feel like what they're doing is out of balance. You know, like sometimes people, if there was an all-white room and everybody at this party where it's all white, and you walk into the party and you have on green and you stand out for being different. It's not like that when we start talking good girls to bad girls. When it comes to bad girls, when a good girl walks around in the room, they're looking at her like, what do you mean you're a virgin? What do you mean you saving out for sex with your husband? You want somebody to control you. You want to know your body and understand your body before you get with a man. That's what women tell other women. Get to know your body better by going to go sleep with these guys. That's why girls who have the awkwardest body, the ugliest bodies, give it up faster, because they want to feel sexy when guys sleep with them. All right, let's get to the next video here. This is going to be, oh, here's one. This is the title video. Okay, UK woman. Okay, UK woman sentenced to 8 to 5 years after attacking herself with a hammer and falsely accusing men of rape. Let's get to it.
Extensive in the attacked herself with a hammer, claimed she'd been sold as a slave, and said she'd been forced to attend sex. Attacked herself with a hammer, claimed she'd been sold as a slave, and said she'd been forced to attend sex parties. She was just sentenced to 8.5 years in prison for it. Her name is Eleanor Williams, and she falsely claims that she had been abused by a grooming gang as well as by other innocent men. Her injuries were extensive in the photos, but turns out she'd actually used a hammer to inflict them on herself. The post led to demonstrations in her hometown, which even included a visit from the English Defence League founder Tommy Robinson. Reports of hate crime in Barrow, where she lived, tripled. She'd already been charged with perverting the course of justice before she made the Facebook posts. She'd previously made false claims. One of those men had only asked her for a light on the street. Another spent time in jail after her false claims, while she accused another of heading an international grooming gang and trafficking her and other girls across the country. She'd only met the man once. She even gave real names of the girls she said had also been victim of the grooming gang, all of which was fake. She also used different mobile phones and created fake accounts on Snapchat to give evidence to her lies. All three men said they tried to unalive themselves because of the accusations.
There is a risk that genuine victims will, as a result of this defendant's actions, feel deterred from reporting it.
These type of stories are needed. And the reason why these type of stories are needed is because it shows you how deep the hate can go. We're living in a terrible time now where men versus women is going extremely too far, to the point where women are literally willing to go through beating themselves up to get back at innocent men that have never did anything to them. Like they said, some of these guys they didn't even know her. Two of the guys didn't even know her, but yet people are out here protesting like something bad has happened to her, and she's gotten people locked up for no apparent reason whatsoever. Why? Because we just have to believe her. She's a female. That's what's damaging everything. Just believing her because she's a female is damaging everything, but at the same time, it's pretty much taking the power away from the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement is losing a lot of steam because of women like this who are portraying fake allegations. A girl like this should be found guilty for each charge that she was trying to put on a man. So if she's guilty for all those charges, she should be sentenced to 15 years in jail, 20 years in jail, just for faking the situation and get innocent men locked up. I don't necessarily, hold on, where she did. I don't necessarily think that 8.5 is good. I think that she should be doing life. For real, because think of how many other girls are going to try to catch on to this. Hold on. Y'all better watch out. UK, I'm going to tell you this. The UK seems like y'all got some really dysfunctionality going on over there in the UK. I think the men versus women situation over there is far more intense. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the next video. All right, next we got conservative communist hates woke culture but couldn't say what it was. All right, let's get to it. All right. Hold on. There we up right there.
Americans consider themselves very liberal, and probably fewer of them consider themselves to be woke. And so, when we
What
talk
does that
about
mean to
traditional
you?